Yep, we all knew it. It's going to be like that. And what we're talking about is Supergirl coming out from James Gunn here in a little bit. And how are they going to promote it in any way whatsoever? You could take one wild guess because it ain't going to be the story and the plot. If you guys like anything that you see here on this channel, please hit that subscribe button, and we will greatly thank you for it. We already do just because you're here. But you know we're talking about crypto. We have to. We have to because that's the only thing that the Superman franchise in the new DCU has going for it. So without further ado, and there are a lot of things that I have to show you whenever it comes to this, let's just go ahead into the article. James Gunn's HBO Max Superman follow-up is a must-see before Supergirl. Now, they call it a Superman follow-up, but what is it really? Well, you could have guessed. It's a bunch of shorts, for some reason, on HBO Max about crypto. Let's see just how they fluff him right here. James Gunn is steadily building an impressive catalog for the DCU. Press X to doubt. With Superman, which barely broke even, Lanterns, which actually is, and I'll show you guys everything just so you know exactly where I'm pulling my sources from. So, Lanterns, at least on Rotten Tomatoes, hasn't even gotten rated. Still hasn't been rated. Came out last year. Good for you. Okay, so that's just, we have to take you at face value for that one. All right. What's the next thing that they come out and say? Well, they start talking about Peacemaker. Now, Peacemaker, here's some other stuff. This is from a different website. This is Criticless. This is what Peacemaker Season 2 did. Overall, 55 voters, 37% certified bogus. Also, it hasn't been talked about. It's not like it's still staying in the zeitgeist. So what exactly do they mean whenever they say that, oh, yeah, it's doing great? James Gunn's DCU is doing great. Yes, they have done stuff. They have put shit out there. But that doesn't mean it was well received. That doesn't mean that it was popular or even something that's going to make money, not monetarily structured in a way where they can keep making profits and therefore keep the DCU alive with the fervor that the old MCU did before it became the MCU. Plus, most likely, weren't expecting Mr. Terrific to be the standout of 2025 Superman, but that's what Gunn does best. Take the characters that you're supposed to care about, completely drag them through the mud, and then use a side character to be the hero of the day. Now, granted, in the Superman movie, my favorite character was Guy Gardner. However, that's Nathan Fillion. He has the charisma and the suave, like, smoothness to him, and, like, he's funny. So, like, he's going to own the scene, whether he's hamming it up or just being, like, the little smart ass in the corner. We knew that, but he also had limited screen time. Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Terrific, I always get those messed up. Mr. Terrific had so much screen time, not as much as Superman, but he had a lot of screen time, way more than he deserved, and ended up actually becoming the hero of the day until Crypto came and beat the shit out of Lex Luthor. Crypto is another character many fans could take or leave when reading the comics. Also in the movie. Crypto in the comics is so much different than James Gunn's Crypto. Crypto is based off of James Gunn's little ratty, mangy mutt. Well, I'll call animal control on him, and my animal control is a 12-gauge shell. Anyway, they're just going to keep going on more and more about, well, the flagship hero taking care of Crypto. Well, it's actually Supergirl, the drunk bitch that's out there partying all the time, has no self-worth, provides no value to anything else. She's just out there partying because I don't even know. Does she even know that Krypton exploded? I know she does. I'm just making a joke, which is based on the Woman of Tomorrow comics that prominently feature the dog. Well, that dog was actually like cute, smart, witty, all things in between. This one is not. Short School Bus Scuffle was released in August, offering a perfect back-to-school story that follows a bus full of kids as they witness Crypto's exploits, like pissing on fire hydrants, with Machine Gun P. The following two episodes also premiered at notable times of the year. Halloween Havoc, where he steals all the children's candy, gets into some chocolate, and ends up shitting it out his ass. That was a spooky adventure because, that explosive diarrhea had a very new meaning after that one. Package Pandemonium, because they just rip up everything in the way. I'm sure there were a pair of socks in there, and so that just got completely demolished like a fucking Tasmanian devil. Crypto saves the day. How does he do that? Probably by dragging her drunk ass home after, a couple of gangsters are trying to, perform lascivious acts on her as she's passed out in the gutter. That's the only way that he could save the day. And even Superman makes appearances in these animated shorts, with Krypto still getting to shine as the star of the show. The star of the show is never Superman, at least not with James Gunn. I think James Gunn thinks he is Superman, and that's why he puts him in the corner masturbating while the real action is happening somewhere else in the room. I think that's exactly what it is. It's some kind of psychological thing that he has going on in his head, and yet someone gave him a fuck ton of money to do this and then like basically be a Leslie Headland for men and put his own issues onto the screen. Not what he's supposed to be doing, but that's what he chose to do. The fourth Krypto short, golly, we keep going more. Coastal Catastrophe, where, oh gosh, I didn't have a joke for this one yet. Coastal Catastrophe, I don't want to make a joke about that. It's set to feature the pup's latest beach-going adventure. Probably where people are just trying to play beach volleyball. He sees a ball, thinks it's something else, and just completely chomps it and then throws it at him. Frisbees it into the guys, which like then go flying off and then straight into an open great white shark's mouth. So don't worry, he gets to save him by playing Toro with his little red cape. Even Google is getting in on the fun. How can you call this fun if no one's ever heard of it? And you have to have HBO Max to even see him, unless you're sailing the high seas and porting in Tortuga. Each click causes Krypto's white furry paw to reach out and leave another print. Oh, that's fucking disgusting. You women are what's really pissing me off whenever it comes to this. What powers does Krypto possess as a Kryptonian dog under a yellow sun? Well, let's see. None of these in James Gunn's DCU. He is everything and nothing all at once, and women and children just lap this shit up. It's fucking retarded. And follow up to Superman. How are we going to transition to Supergirl? This theatrical release. Well, you got to watch the cartoons about the little dog, because that's what we're going to lean heavily on in advertising and marketing. We got to get the families in there, and then they get in there and they're just like, what the hell is this? But then again, all the parents of these kids nowadays are all drunk winos anyway. So they see a drunk wino on the screen as the heroine. Well, yeah, I guess they can relate to that. Maybe he has something going there, but I don't fucking buy it. If you guys have anything to say, leave it down in the comment section below. This is Multi from Mouth and Multi. We love you. We greatly appreciate you. And we will see you later on this evening with John Ambler and Miss Deborah Perkins for our daily live stream. Bye.